how you doing? I'm Mr. Crunchberry, and thank you for watching this video. Alright guys, so first off, I just want to say that I apologize for not being in for the past couple of weeks, but I'll just be completely honest with you. So far as it comes with the nerd world, the last couple of weeks just flat out sucked. Yeah, seriously guys, I mean the last couple of weeks, the creator of Ed's World, Ed Gould, died. I mean, that sucks. The creator of Super Mario Bros. Z, which is this awesome series. If you haven't seen it yet, you gotta see it. But the creator of it says that he's not going to be making any more episodes. Bleach got canceled. Sega is reporting that it's lost like over half of its earnings, so it might be going bankrupt. Michael Bay says that he's going to be making the next Ninja Turtles movie, and then... No. Let's stop right there, because this needs to be addressed. So yeah, this is old news, but in case you hadn't figured out this yet, Michael Bay is going to be creating the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, except the mutant part of the Ninja Turtles isn't going to be there anymore. In other words, people, Michael Bay is doing one of the very, very, very biggest no-nos you can do when it comes to movie adaptations of characters that have already been in existence, and that is messing with their backstory. Yeah, so you're not going to be able to use the acronym either. You know how it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or whatever? You're not going to be able to do that now. Now it's Teenage Alien Invader Ninja Turtles, or as I like to call it, TAINT. But apparently all of this negativity and all of this oh my gosh, why are you doing this, isn't phasing him at all. In fact, last week, granted this article was posted about a month ago now, but last week when this article was posted, Michael Bay asked fans to take a breath and chill after it was revealed that the film would change the Ninja Turtles' origin story. They'll come from an alien race instead of being transformed by radioactive ooze. Okay, I am going to take that comment and I am going to save it away for later, because I know someone who, growing up, was a way bigger Ninja Turtles fan than I was, and he's gonna want to hear that. You know what, guys? All I can say in regards to all of this thing with Michael Bay doing the next Ninja Turtles movie, and it not being the radioactive ooze and everything else along those lines, all I can say is pretty much this. Guess what other movie in recent memory tried to do its own thing with a story that was perfect as is, and it completely blew up in their face? The Last Airbender. I'm making a vow to you people right here, right now. I know that this movie isn't scheduled to be released until like Christmas of 2013. I'm probably going to be married by then. We're going to have another president in the office by that point. But I'm making a promise to you guys right here, right now. When this movie comes out, I will review it and I will see that it dies. Now that I've got that out of my system, why don't we go ahead and move on to news that might be a little bit disappointing for Lord of the Rings fans, such as myself. According to some early screeners by some people by Warner Brothers, who went in and got to see the first 10 minutes of the Lord of the Rings The Hobbit movie, The Hobbit really isn't looking that good. And I'm not talking about the acting not being good or the sets not appearing to be really, like, in-depth and everything like that, but the problem that many of the viewers are having with this movie already is that instead of it being shot in 24 frames per second, it's actually being shot in 48 frames per second. Now, originally, I was thinking, okay, big whoop, it's, it's letting in a few more frames per second than usual film. What's the big deal about this? Well, apparently, it's actually a pretty big freaking deal. One of the people who saw the first 10 seconds of the movie went so far as to say, it looked like an old Doctor Who episode or a videotaped BBC TV production. It was as shocking as when The Twilight Zone made the boneheaded decision to switch from film to tape one season, and where perfectly good stories were ruined by that aesthetic. Whoa. Now that, I'm going to be honest, this could actually be something huge for The Hobbit and for people making this production, because frankly, if what they're saying is true and the way that they're shooting all of the footage actually makes it distracting from being able to actually enjoy it or whatever, then the movie could be incredibly awesome and it's still wouldn't be able to do that good because the whole time you're watching it, it's like hurting your brain. It's like when you're playing a video game for too long and it hurts every time you blink your eyes. It feels like your eyes are on fire kind of thing. That kind of thing might be happening here. I sure hope it isn't, because I am a big fan of The Lord of the Rings. I have all 3 extended versions of the original or whatever. I was the guy in the midnight showing and stuff like that. I'm hoping that this one's okay. I could use more Lord of the Rings in my life, but we'll have to see what happens. And now moving on to the economy is rough, but producers are listening. News. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, arguably one of the best fighting games ever created, is now available on iOS for only $2.99. Now, I will admit, trying to play this game on the iPad or an iPhone or something like that, I'm not going to try to attempt that. That's going to be pathetic. However, playing it on, like, my MacBook or whatever, playing that game on this, I'm not gonna lie, when I was in college, I played a lot of the demo versions that was on GameFly. I played a lot of, like, the King of Fighters and Street Fighter and things along those lines on this computer. So, if I can play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on this computer, I'm in. That's awesome. And it's only $3, so, wow! Awesome! Now, this might be kind of just a personal rant for me. It's not really going to apply to a whole lot of people who don't live within the local area, but I have to ask this now. Gamers Edge in Vancouver, Washington, please explain if this version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is coming out for only $3 on iOS. Please explain why you can justify having the Xbox version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which can't even go on Xbox Live now, by the way. Explain to me how you can justify having that on your store shelves selling for $80. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. $80. And now, guys, I'm going to introduce a new segment on my channel that is called Shut Up and Watch This. Not completely a ripoff of RWJ, but from now on, if I find a video on here, if I find a video on YouTube that is, like, super freaking awesome, and my fellow nerds I know are going to love it, I'm going to show you a couple of seconds of it, give you the link to the video, because, frankly, if something is awesome, it deserves to be shared. So, guys, the video game rock medley. Awesome. Check out the rest of it. Alright, guys, so no question this time around or whatever. However, this time around, I do have another promise to give you. And I know that I promised you guys that I'm going to review Teenage Alien Invader Ninja Turtles when it comes out or something like that. I'm going to give you guys another promise right here. You guys have been wanting another one of these, and it's going to happen. The next video that I post on this channel will be another crap out of Netflix. Calling my cousin Josh, who is a big-time Ninja Turtles fan.
Hello?
Hey, cousin Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Doing all right. So, hey, you being a big-time Ninja Turtles fan, I was just curious, how was your reaction when you found out? Now, obviously, this is an older article back in March 28th, but basically, Michael Bay basically asked fans to take a breath and chill after it was released that the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film would actually change the Ninja Turtles' origin story, meaning that they'll be an alien race instead of being transformed by radioactive ooze. Your thoughts?
Well, I did take his advice. I took a breath. I held it, and then I let it out in kind of explosive stream. It's, as we know it, our entire lives, for 23 years of our lives. Well, at least for you and I. There's been one thing, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, you're taking away the thing that made it awesome, this whole transformation story, and making them aliens. We have the Teenage Alien Ninja Turtle. I mean, I'm not like that crazy woman, who's totally changed her life and has bought in the faces of Michelangelo and other Ninja Turtles from the actual movies and think she's an actual Ninja Turtle. But I do frequently watch these movies because they are a kind of nostalgic piece to my childhood. And when he said it, I seriously wanted to go to his house and just, I don't know, like occupy or something like that. Because this is probably, well, I wouldn't say it's the worst thing. I mean, there's been plenty of remakes that have been really bad, but I mean, this really strikes way too close to home, and definitely makes me upset as a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with their oozy origins. So, yeah, needless to say, I'm really not happy about it.
You and me both, Josh. You and me both.